Your screenplay needs subtext. What is it and how does it work? Subtext is the underlying message that a character is conveying, often contrary to the words they are actually saying. It's a powerful tool that can add depth and complexity to your characters and their relationships. So let's dive in. Subtext is all about what's not being said. In real life, we often use subtext to express things that we can't or won't say directly. It's the same in writing. By using subtext, you can create tension and conflict between characters, revealing their true thoughts and emotions. It can also make your dialogue more realistic and engaging. One of the key elements of subtext is creating a gap between what the character says and what they actually mean. This gap can be subtle or obvious depending on the scene and the character's personality. For example, a character might compliment someone when they actually dislike them. Another important aspect of subtext is the use of body language and other nonverbal cues. These can be just as powerful as words in conveying a character's true emotion. For instance, a character might avoid eye contact when they're lying or shift their weight nervously when they are uncomfortable. It's also important to consider the context of the scene and the characters involved. What are the relationships and the motivations? How do their past experiences and personalities affect how they communicate? By understanding these factors, you can create subtext that is nuanced and true to life. Let's look at some examples. In a romance, a character might say, "I hate you" to their love interest, but their actions reveal they actually have feelings for them. Or in a thriller, a character might appear calm and collected when they're being interrogated, but their nervous twitches give away their guilt. Another real-world example of subtext is when someone asks, "How are you?" and the person responds with, "I'm fine." In reality, this response is often used as a way to avoid talking about deeper emotions and issues. The person may be struggling, but they don't want to burden the other person or reveal too much about themselves. This type of subtext can be incorporated into your writing by having characters use similar responses as a way to avoid discussing difficult topics or maintain a facade. It's worth noting that subtext should never be too obvious or heavy-handed. It should be subtle enough to keep the reader guessing and engaged. If it's too on the nose, it can come across as contrived or melodramatic. Subtext is a powerful tool that can add depth and realism to your characters and dialogue. By creating that gap between the character and what they mean, using body language and nonverbal cues, and considering the context of the scenes and the characters, you can create subtext that is engaging and true to life. Make sure to keep learning and continue to grow as a writer and as a filmmaker. Stay tuned for more weekly videos that will help you dive deeper into filmmaking and ultimately make better movies that leave a lasting memory for your audience.